Before we get into this video, quick disclaimer, you do this at your own risk. It is not my fault if you followed me doing this. This is how I get the printer to work properly, so it doesn't do that, and it's even on that side as well, and it prints out perfectly. Hopefully it works. I've made several videos on this, and so far I've had no complaints. Doesn't always work for everyone. Sometimes you need to do it more than once. So what do you need? Well, first of all, you need plenty of kitchen towel. Ideally, you should wear gloves. I've been trying to wear latex gloves, you know, so I don't get muck on my hand, but I just can't get on with it. Printer's going off now. Well, it's going in standby mode. And you will need some of this, baby. Isopon. Is it isopropon? 99.9% alcohol. And I wouldn't recommend you drink it neither. Yeah, you need this. I will stick a link in the video description for this. I will not stick a link in the video description for this, because you can get this anywhere. So, like I said, if it's coming out like that, yeah, and you're using one of these printers, this is how I sort it out. And like I said, I wouldn't recommend you do it. It's not recommended by the manufacturer. You should do this, but it works. So with that, let's get on with it. So first things first, you need to print out a picture. Doesn't matter what it is. And it says plain paper, and I'm going to change that to glossy because it is a glossy paper, and I'm going to print. Now what you need to do is, when it starts printing, you need to pull the plug out. Let me just quickly show you. If I lift this up, the print head, you can ask me a process because I'm changing the paper. It's going to come across, and it's going to start printing like so, and it's making a right old mess. I can see it already. So I'm going to pull the plug out somehow. It's quite tough. Oops, lid's gone down, and the head is free now for me to move about. So that's the first bit done. And the reason you do that is because you need to get the head off its home base so that you can clean up the home base. Because let me get a camera and I'll try and explain to you or show you why it's causing so much of an issue. Can you see that? That is full of ink. So basically what we need to do to start with is we need to soak that up first to get rid of all that excess ink. The pad is overflowed with ink, and you know, it's just moving it across onto your print heads. And then the next thing we're going to do, once we clean that up, is we're going to try and clean up the heads as best we can. Right, like I said, I don't get on with these gloves, but I'm going to wear them for this. So first things first, what I like to do is start off doing it dry, because that will help. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing, and all I'm doing basically is just dabbing to get as much ink as possible on the first bit of kitchen towel. I've already removed the paper. All you need to do is undo the back and just pull it out, and that's all I've done. And see that? Absolute filth. Yeah, and that is just starting with, that's without using the isopone, because the isopone will get more out, because obviously it's damp, it just draws it out better. So it's going to take a bit of time, so be patient. Make sure you allow yourself plenty of time to do this. I'll say about half an hour, so not too bad. And make sure you've got a bag handy, which I haven't done, so I'm going to get one now. Another go. Oh, it's already getting thinner, so that's good. It's a good sign. Yes, very good. Right, now a bit of isopone. Now there's two ways you can do this. You can either soak the kitchen towel first, or you can just try and soak that. But I would prefer, personally, you soak the kitchen towel. Just give it a bit of a spray. Now the reason you're using the isopone is because, although it's a solvent, it will evaporate rather quickly and not damage any electrics, and you shouldn't get any shorts. So you shouldn't damage it, although I wouldn't recommend you turn it on straight away. Give it a chance to dry out. But it should be fine. Within minutes. You know, I don't mean leave it half a day or anything. See that? Look, see? Look. And that's just using the isopone. Because that, like I said, it just draws more out. And at the time of making this video, I've got COVID. Again. My second time. But not as bad as the first time. Thank God. See? I'm going to get myself some new gloves. I don't like these ones. They're too tight. Right, how are we doing? Pretty good? I would say that's probably about it. So what we need to do, so I can't lift this up any further unless I disconnect it, which I'm not going to do. So what we need to do now is what I've done in the past, is fold it in half, right, lay it down, or actually it might even be 2 folds, might even have to cut it so that the heads can go underneath. So it's like that, and lay it down on there, and we want to run the head over the top of it, like so. There you go, perfect. And what that does is anything that's stuck to the heads, go backwards and forwards, it should get some of that ink off, which it is. I can see it right now. Run it up and down. I'm going to use some isopone as well. So done that a few times, and voila. See that? Yeah, brilliant. That means that I've used about 5 bits, I think. I need some more. Well, I need at least one more. So I'm going to do that again. So fold it in half. And fold it in half again. Move the head along. Or the heads. Because there's more than one. Run the head over the top of it. Hopefully it won't wrinkle up. Or it has on that one. I was afraid of that. And like I say, it's not the easiest thing to film. Right, are we over? Yeah, we're there. Just pull it through a little bit. Now what I'm going to do, get some isopone, and I'm going to spray it. Give it a little soaking, and then run it backwards and forwards. Let me soak the other side as well. That looks pretty good actually. The thing is, they might tell you, you know, what you're doing, you could actually break it, which is true. Because I'm not a professional, but it seems to work fine for me. I've had no issues, it's always worked afterwards. And I do this probably once every 6 months. It seems to be getting less of an issue all the time. Perhaps I'm just getting good at it. But this printer has saved me a lot of money. And the reason I say that is because I've only ever bought one lot of ink for it, and I use it quite a lot. Don't use it every day, unlike a business might use it every day, but I use it at least a couple of times a week, whether it be for photos for family. People ask me to do photos for them and stuff like that. I mean, look at that. Or if it's something to do with my YouTube channel, you know, things like making special, I don't know, pictures. I use it for different sort of reasons. Printing out documentations, which probably we all do, stuff like that. I would say, looking at that, that will be enough. So what I'm going to do now, and this is what you should do, close it all up, take your gloves off. We shouldn't need them no more, hopefully not anyway. Oh, I've got a little bit of ink, look, one little blob. Plug her back in. Like I said, because you're using isopone, it doesn't take long for it to dry out. So I'm just going to turn it around, and there, what it's going to do is find its home again. Is that in? Yeah, I think it is. Let's have a little watch, shall we? See what happens. Oops. Yeah, it's coming on. Now, we'll go backwards and forwards to find its home, which is normal. We done? Yeah, sorted. Right, let's give her a second go then, shall we? Right, let's have a look. Final score. Perfect. So we've gone from that, yeah, to that. Yeah, and the muck on the back to no muck on the back. And that is it. I just wanted to make a little short video on how I do my cleaning on my printer. Like I said earlier, you do this at your own risk. If it damages the printer, it's not my fault, because I'm not telling you to do it. All I'm doing is showing you how I managed to get from that mess, to that mess. If you found this video informative, consider subscribing. It doesn't cost you any money whatsoever, and it does help the channel to keep on growing. And if you found this video useful or informative, consider giving me the thumbs up. So with that, thank you very much for watching.